Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Vintage Craft and Chat. For those that are new, my name is Julie, and today we are back to working in our Christmas journal, Christmas junk journal. And also, today we're working on tags and, ooh, my phone was on, tags and journaling cards to decorate our journal. But I have to say, the tags and journaling cards can also do double duty as gift tags on your packages, on your bags, on your packages, that kind of thing. They're handmade with love, and they do double duty for me because I've been known to make the same kind of tag that I would stick on a gift for a loved one and also stick it into a journal. So let me say hello to Kathy. Hello, Kathy. I'm so glad you're here. I was a little late popping on because I was making a list of things that I wanted to touch on today. Do you want me to share? I didn't go back on Instagram, but do you want me to share that cool thing that you made to hold your ephemera? Let me know. I always like to get permission, but let me know and I will share pictures of that because it is brilliant. Brilliant. We're always looking for ways to corral our paper and our ephemera and all that kind of stuff. So let me know. Hi, Diane. I also have on my list the Eagle Pics. Diane is here. I had messaged her Eagle Pics on Instagram because I forgot to share them last week. So Terry is here. Terry, my friend. I don't know why. You have been on my mind. I meant to send you a message on Instagram. I feel like I've been missing you. I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad you're here. I hope you're having a good Christmas. I hope Christmas season, I should say. Christmas is not here yet. Did you add pics? Okay, good. Sure. Okay, good. First I'm going to do the eagle because I will forget. So I don't know, when was it, friends? A bunch of weeks ago, we started talking about birds and feathers, and we were talking about eagles. And Diane shared the cool live cam that's in Big Bear, California of the eagles. It's amazing. So let me look here. So we were at Thanksgiving, we were out in the desert, La Quinta area, visiting my parents. And typically when we go out to visit them, we take our RV. There's a beautiful reservoir that's actually close by, right down the street, that we stay at. And we saw an eagle. So crazy. So let me find the pics here. So beautiful. Jim and I were out. We had left the campground and we were on our way to Walmart and do some errands. And there was somebody that was pulled over on the side of the road, and he had a camera and like a big lens pulled out. And so we stopped and rolled down the window, and he said, "I think that's an eagle over there." He was looking with his camera lens. Oh my gosh, I have to go so far back in here because I've been listing like crazy on Etsy. Oh my gosh, I've taken so many pictures. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture from far away first so you can get, let's see, where's one where I had a good one, right, Diane? Yes. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. So I'm going to hold it up. So there is a very, very large telephone pole, and hopefully you can see something sitting there on the top. Hopefully. So that hopefully gives you perspective. And then here, I was trying, I could only get so close. So we backed the car up and we tried to get much closer. Ooh, actually, that's really good. So can you guys see it? That's a bald, sorry. Let me put I'm so shaky. Let me try to put okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think that's a bald eagle, right? The interesting thing, let me see if I can zoom in. So it's white feathers, look to have quite a bit of black in it. So we were trying to figure out, is that like a younger eagle? Maybe Diane would know because I know she watches the Big Bear Cam. more, but I don't know. I think it's an eagle. We're like, is it a buzzard? Is it an eagle? I'm saying it's, we're saying it's an eagle, but so cool and majestic. So cool and majestic. Okay, let me get. Do you think it's an eagle, Kathy? Okay. I want it to be an eagle. Let's see, who did I miss? I miss Susie. Hello, Susie. Hello, hello. A young one. Okay, that's what we were thinking too. Because can you see there's just a little bit, there's still some black there. And I don't think it's too graphic, but it definitely was noshing on something. So perhaps a fish. And Diane was saying they had just stocked the reservoir, it's kind of like a lake. And so it probably had a fish, we're thinking. Let's see. What did Diane say? She said something wonderful here. Diane said, had the best family night. My daughter, twin nieces, 30-year-olds, and I made felt ornaments. What? From vintage kits we found in my mother's craft room years ago. She passed unexpectedly in 2012. Oh my gosh, Diane. I love that. Oh my gosh, how special. I bet your nieces loved it. So not only making cool ornaments, but they were your mom's. They were ornament kits that your mom bought. Looks like a tween eagle. Yeah, definitely, because it's mostly white. And boy, was it big. I was looking, something popped up too in my Instagram or YouTube or something this morning, and I was looking at the baby eagles. They had like a mom eagle and two babies, and they looked very hawk-like because I haven't studied it as much as I should. But yeah, they looked very hawk-like. So it made me think, well, maybe we've seen them before and we didn't know, like baby ones. Diane's saying yes. Diane's the expert. She's saying it's an eagle. If Diane says it's an eagle, it's an eagle. I love it. I love it. Okay, now let me pull up because I will forget. As you know, I get so distracted. So Kathy Wiseman sent me pictures yesterday, or probably many days ago, because it takes me a while to get back and check on all things Instagram. But so let me pull. Oh, there's like even better pictures, like newer pictures. Okay, let me go back to the other pictures. So Kathy had picked up a bunch of these. She said a bunch of these spiral. Oh, let me take that off so you guys can see. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is very crafty, what is not? I love it. I love it. So Kathy had found some of these spiral bound books, which we probably all see when we're at the thrift store. So that was her find. And she originally thought she was going to use them for glue books, she said. So here's some of the beautiful, right? Some of the beautiful artwork that she's doing, collaging in them. And then light bulb moment went off, she said, and she thought about making them into ephemera holders. So here's one of the earlier pictures, and then she sent some other pictures. So such a brilliant idea. So you can see on the side where she took Ziploc bags and then she sewed them to the pages down the side. Oh my gosh, this is so good because we are all right. So here's another pic. Because that, I mean, I have not found a good way to store my fussy cuts and my ephemera. They're in like boxes, which are not good because then you're taking everything out. I tried bags and I'm like pulling stuff out. This is brilliant. And then here's the newer pics that she sent. So you can see, look how good that is. Isn't that a great idea? So that's a side look of it. I love this. And you could do it, especially like Kathy loves to do glue books, Laura, certainly Debbie, My Vagabond Style. And you're collecting and fussy cutting a lot of different things, people and things and faces and eyeglasses and all kinds of fun stuff, furniture. So I just think this is amazing. Look how cute. Look at her cute little fussy cuts in there. So good. I like this too because it's quick and easy. I wonder if you could glue it. You know me, I haven't conquered the sewing. Look at those. Look at those good fussy cuts there. Oh my gosh. So good. Let me see here. So Kathy said she ended up with 3 bags of people. Oh, good. And she said, I can add a closure to the book, which will let it sit better. Let's see. She left about 1 inch on top and bottom of the bags to be able to get out, to get her hand inside. So good. And then this is what she still has in the box. So those are all her different categories of fussy cuts that are in the box waiting to be added to some of her spiral bound. Genius. I love it. Genius. Let's see. Leanne is here. Hi, Leanne. So Leanne and I always have conflicts. Sometimes Leanne is off busy doing other things on Thursday. And I was telling her on Mondays are so hard for me to come hang out with her on her crafty lives. Monday is always such a big like shipping day for me and shipping out Etsy orders. And I don't know, all things trying to catch up when I neglected on the week. Well, not neglected because the sales are coming out. I can't ship. I only have half day Saturdays and I can't ship on Sundays. So let's see. Diane said the Big Bear Eagles, Jackie and Shadow, are working on their nest, bringing in sticks and rearranging. They're fluffing. They are fluffing their nest. They're nesting. They are fluffing. Let's see. Susie said, I went on a boat ride with a friend on the 4th of July a couple years ago and took a pic of an American eagle on top. What? On top of a USA flagpole. How appropriate. And was beyond thrilled. Majestic. Aren't they majestic? Oh, what a treat. What a treat. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, Leanne. Okay. So let me look at my list of things. I was taking notes. I did the eagle pics. I can cross that off. I shared Kathy's. Marvelous. Brilliant way to store. Let's see. Store her ephemera. I love it. Hopefully that will inspire you guys to do much the same. I don't think mine are big enough. I had saved, I like those spiral bound calendars, like the, I don't know, 20-month ones, you know, the longer. They're not the 12. They're like, they go from maybe 2 years, July to July, something like that. But they're small. I don't think that would be big enough, but I do have a bunch of those, maybe saving for glue books. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down that route because I feel like I'm so busy with everything else. Oh, prompt jar. That is the question I asked in our craft group on Instagram. Do you guys, and I'm fine either way, but do you guys want me to halt a little bit and hold off on pulling more prompts until January? I wish Nettie was here. I feel like Nettie, Angela, Tamara, I know, is doing the prompts. So I wish some of those friends were here. And I'm behind, but that doesn't mean I won't keep pulling because I probably would get caught up you know, the downtime during the holidays because we have so much downtime. But let me know, you guys, your thoughts on just waiting to start pulling again in January. Let me know. Otherwise, I will pull one today. And I think I have nature. What are the two? Washi tape and nature. I still need to get caught up with. I mean, maybe I could do it today when we're making tags. But those are two of the things, 2 prompts I need to catch up on. Okay, so let me turn the camera around so we don't have to look at messy me. Oh, what a day. Oh, I know the other happy thing, the other reason why I was late today is my daughter Taylor had gone out in the garage. Look at messiness. And was loading stuff up in her car to head off to school. And she's like, Mommy, come out here, come out here. Oh my gosh. She was like yelling. And I ran out to the garage and there was Michael. I think I've talked about Michael before. Michael is like a little feral Michael Jackson, aka Michael Jackson. He's like a little feral kitty that we were feeding for a very, very long time. And he disappeared for probably, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months. All the neighbors have been asking. They see us, they'll stop the car and ask because they haven't seen him. And we've all been worried. And we are so afraid that the coyotes got him. And there was Michael this morning. He had some weight on his bones. He's definitely a little bit heavier, a little bit milder. He doesn't like his like tail touched or towards his tail, but there he was. Oh my God, I'll show you a picture of him. Oh my gosh. Taylor took a video. I took a picture immediately and sent it to Jim. And of course, Jim's reaction was, oh, my boy is back. He was so happy. Yeah, I don't think you can even see from the picture, but there's Michael. So Michael's back. One of his ears is clipped. I think this one. You know, when they're feral and they get, isn't he funny? Oh my gosh, so happy. I said it was a Christmas miracle. Okay, that's it with the animal stuff. Nobody's answering on the prompt. Laura is here. Hello, Laura. Be safe. Laura is driving and listening. I hope you're off to somewhere fun. Isn't that good? He's back. Oh my gosh. And he was doing his little Michael Jet, like his little moonwalk thing. So cute. Such a happy day. Such a happy day. Okay. All right. Let me put this in. I keep saying, okay, how many times? We have a drinking game today with how many times. And here's my notes. So we'll talk on these other things, what we want to do next week on Vintage Craft and Chat. And then I'm also working on something fun I have in mind for our first official Vintage Craft and Chat in January, because we won't be together Christmas Day, the 25th, and then January 1st. Okay, so let me go back to the chat. Oh, good. Nettie is here. Oh, good. I have 2. Okay, good. That's what we're doing. So Terry says I'd hold off on the prompts until January. I'd like to start again in the new year. Yay, Terry. I'm so happy. I love doing the prompts. Okay, good. It's official. We have two saying hold off. So that's what we're doing. We are going to hold off. And then, yeah, hopefully we can get caught up. Okay, so today my plan is to work on making tags and journaling cards for the Christmas journal. So let me flip through a little bit and have all kinds of things sticking out. I kind of went through last night and pulled some things and, different bits of ephemera that I thought would make cute tags or may look cute on that page. But let me refresh a little bit. And I did put the link below to the playlist for all of my Christmas crafts that I've done. It's not a super long playlist, but we did some paper crafting things last year. There's also some really fun Christmas decor ideas, making little Christmas dolls and mid-century little cutie things and ornaments and things in there too. So that's a fun playlist to look at. But I just linked the playlist rather than putting the individual things. But you can go back and see where we worked on pockets for the journal a couple weeks ago. And then I also rediscovered these in my stash. So this is also in the playlist on how I made these little clusters. We made these together last year. super fun and easy, and I think really, really cute. Those are made with stickers. Stickers are the focal points in those, and I pulled out a couple and stuck them into the journal. Let me take a sip of my water. So good, Leanne. I'm a big fan of the prompts because it gets me playing, it gets me experimenting, and it just gets my creative juices flowing. So sometimes I might feel like I'm a little stagnant, and I don't know. I just need a jumping off point, and that's one thing that I really discovered about the prompts when we started doing them this year. They are kind of a game changer for me a lot of weeks. Oh, Angela is here. Let's see what Angela said. I found some clothes for Christmas gifts and found these decks of cards with reindeer and penguins. So that would be fun to check out when I can open them. Super fun. Did you find those at the thrift store? By the way, I'm so glad that totally made me think. And here she is. Right it, although I think you were, I think you popped in before. Okay, you guys, I'll go and look. I don't know if it's Carrie's recent video. For some reason, I tend to watch All Things Carrie when I'm getting ready and putting my makeup on. It's the only day I put makeup on of the week is Thursdays to look slightly presentable for you all. I don't want to scare you. But Carrie did a haul of things she picked up. I want to say Office. Is it office.com, Carrie? If you can put, I think you're blue. Let me see. Yes, you're blue. Carrie, if you can put the link in so that everybody can go watch. I didn't finish watching the whole thing, but oh my gosh, she got so much beautiful ephemera, Kathy Holmes. She got Tim Holtz stuff, and it was so well priced, like $1 something, $2 something. So crazy good. So I'm going to go look. Let me put some, my hands are so dry. I'm going to go look later today, of course, because I need stuff, not, but I'm going to go look and check it out. But the prices looked amazing and such, oh gosh, sorry guys. It's yucky. Hands are like, they're so bad. They are so dry. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh, good. Okay. So she put it in. So click on that and yeah, go watch that. I can go find it in my continuing to watch thing. So good. Wow. And also I had some Christmas gifts ideas that I wanted from Jim and the kids. And so I may add those in too. I was thinking about, I know Angela has one. I was contemplating getting one of those glass mats, the Tim Holtz glass mats. There might be some other makers that make them as well, because I'm just a messy crafter and I always have glue and all kinds of stuff stuck to my mat. I do clean it. I do try to scrape it. I have 2 of these mats. And they come fairly clean, but I don't like it if I'm writing or I'm working with some like thin paper. Like say I have a thin piece of paper, and I'll take these vintage dictionary pages, but you can feel all the little bumpies, and I don't like that. Sometimes it kind of messes up whatever I'm working on. So that's one of the things I'm thinking about asking from Santa. Okay, so let's do a quick flip through. Here is our Christmas journal. Of course, I've added some of these metal corner protectors. I changed out, so it came with silver of these rings. I changed them out to bronze. I added some hole protectors here just to kind of decorate the front and back cover. And these were a find. Laura Fatbird Finds Crafting. She found these in one of the thrift stores here in Southern California. She found 3. So she has one, I have one, and then I bought one for Nettie too. So Nettie has one that she's working that she, oh, Diane, you're going to love, first of all, you're going to love Carrie. And if Carrie is new to you, and you're going to love her channel. She has really, really great content. Very creative, and just all kinds of fun. Okay, so there's the cover. So let me share also some of the new things I've done since we were last together. Because I love library cards. I love finding library cards in vintage books. I just love it. I get so excited when I find library cards. So if I can, depending on what kind of journal it is, I like to include a library card pocket in the front of my journal. So I made this one since we last met. I probably do need to add some more pockets, but in general, but I think this counts as a pocket. So yeah, I just took a piece of cardstock, just did a little bit of collaging on the front. There's a little bit of ribbon. So super quick and easy. In fact, where did it go? I had cut another piece of cardstock and I completely lost it. And I just found it this morning, or it found me. Where did it go? I've lost it again. Here we go. So you can buy the pockets, and Terry gifted me some really beautiful ones too earlier in the year. But if you don't have the aftermarket ones, you can just make them with a piece of cardstock. So usually what I'll do is I'll take the library card, because they vary a little bit, and this might have been one from Terry, I'm not sure. So I'll just look to see what the width of the card is, and probably leave about 1/4 of an inch on each side. This one I did a little bit tighter. I probably should have made it a little bit wider, and so super quick and easy. In fact, this one you can see I made it a little bit different. I dropped the back down a little bit, so it's not as tall as this one, but I think anything goes. And then I just took a pre-made card here. I inked it up a little bit, added a date. I wish I had a date that was older than 1999, but I think that's the oldest I have, with the rotary one. This came from a little storybook, a Christmas book I took apart last month, and I've been using some of the pages. In fact, I think this was from one of the lead pages. Yeah, and just did a little bit of Stampy. Just something fun when you first open the pocket. Isn't it? It's so, yes. I love when I was first doing stuff, I was like, oh, I really need to go with this whole kind of antique vintagey. And I think I'm still kind of sticking with it. But then when I made this, I was like, oh, this is a little more kind of 50s, not antique-y kind of to me. But I think it still goes. In fact, I was like, oh, I made that a little primary green. But I think we're still good. I love that it had, and all the papers were in here. So the cover was, other than the additions I made, and then all the pieces, all these pages were inside, which are beautiful. I don't know who made this or where the papers come from, but I love this. But I like a piece of vellum or tracing paper or something on the inside. That's just the way I would do it. Isn't it beautiful? Such beautiful papers. Here is one of the pockets that we made last time we were together. In fact, it was a brilliant idea from Diane. So we just took a piece of cardstock and we folded it in half, and we did a little cutout, just like to show that it was a pocket on each side. Did a little cutout here, and then I took just some of these clusters that I had in my stock that we had done in that little tutorial that's down in the description, and I just glued one on that side, and I glued one on that side. So easy peasy, kind of good to have things that are already pre-made and in your stash. And then I didn't do anything with this yet. I think we could collage or put a little something on here that's fun, but I just grabbed one of these index card dividers with the letter C. I thought that would be fun for Christmas. That's as far as I got with that. This side, same thing. I just grabbed a guest check and stuck that in. I thought that would be a fun and easy journaling card. And maybe we could put a little collage or little stamp or something just to dress that up a little bit. And I'm not amiss to using tags that are pre-made. I'm pretty sure this came from Amy in Happy Mail that she sent and that we opened last week, I think. If it was from somebody else, I apologize. Sometimes I try to remember. My memory isn't that great, but how cute is that? Just a little vintage style. And I changed the bow out. I think it had this really pretty ribbon in here, but I just changed it out to some fun kind of material just to give it a little bit more of a pop. That's as far as I got with that. I think this was also from Amy. I clipped this in here. So this is a greeting card. And my thought was, I think we'll cut this off and we'll save this because this wording may come in handy. And then what we'll do is we'll fold it and basically make a journaling card, and then we can just clip it on the side. Maybe that'll be the first thing we do because that'll be quick and easy. What else do we have? I made this. This was actually one of our prompts, and I was hoping it would fit, but it might be a little bit too tall. We may be able to cut it down a little bit, but this is just a cute little journaling. You know what? Let me stop, and I have to apologize. My gardeners are here, and I need to pay him really quick. I wasn't able to do it last week when we were doing the haul. So let me just step away really quick and hand him his check, and I will be right back. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys can talk amongst yourselves, and hopefully something pretty to look at there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Luckily, I was able to find him. Let's see. Awesome. We will see you when you're back, Nettie. So maybe we can cut that down because I think that would look cute. I had grabbed some of these Dollar Tree time cards. I think those may be fun to make a journaling card or a tag out of. So I just clipped those in there. Whoops, this will be in the playlist. So we made these hidden paper clips together maybe last month. And this is just a cute little antique postcard we have in there. Let's see. Oh, this was something I added. So I also added, I wanted more pockets in here. So I just took a playing card and just added it in as a corner tuck. With the journals that have the ring binders, it makes it a little challenging for the types of pockets that you can add. It makes it kind of difficult to do the bottom pockets, but of course, anything in the corner or anything on the side works a little bit better. This was from that fun pile of ephemera, either from Tamara or Amy. I don't remember. Oh, I added this one. I don't think I've ever done a tutorial or shared it live, but this is one of my favorite ways of making pockets. So I love to take cardstock, construction paper. In fact, it's a great way to use up if you have construction paper, maybe from your kids or grandkids. I still have some from when the kids were little. So I just used red construction paper. Let me find the other one. It's a little tedious, but then I just glue a doily to the front of it. So you can see that it's kind of construction cardstock, kind of has that kind of cheapy feel, but how beautiful is that? And then you can see the little peak of color through it. So this is definitely one of my favorite ways of making a pocket. And then you can just kind of cut it up. In fact, I was working on some handmade Christmas gifts earlier in the week, and I actually used just strips of this, like rectangles of this, and used it as part of the collages that I was working on. So pretty. And it kind of gives it a pink look with the red behind the white. So that's one of my favorites. So you just have to get your art glitter glue with the little tip, and you just have to go in there and kind of meticulously glue it down. And you don't always get all the spots, but then once you cut it, you can go back and, take this fine tip and kind of stick it in there and get it down. So that's another one I added after we crafted, and that might be it. Here's that really fun journaling spot flip that we made. So we need to get a tag that will go in there. Does this one work? Oh, this is too tall. This was one that was in my stash, but I think that's too tall. We'll find something else fun. And that may be it. Oh, this, I forgot. We had belly band on our list of things we wanted to make that day. And so I actually made this when we got off. Like I do that often. I just kind of sit here and continue to craft after we say goodbye. And super, super easy. I just took a strip of cardstock. I had one of these coasters. Let me grab. I think that was just a one-off, but I know I have some in my stash here. Is that one or two? I think that's one. You can see, look how old that is at the back. And then I just found something. Of course, I didn't have a paper punch that was this big, but I just took a bowl, or, I grabbed something that I could just trace around that was a little bit wider than the coaster, because they're kind of made of this, I don't know, like a tissue kind of paper. So they're a little bit delicate. So I thought that would be good to give it a little bit of a border. So that's all I did. And then I just glued that in the middle, kind of made a little medallion. And this is too big for that, but you can see it just makes a really great little tuck there. And that might be it. These are pockets that are at the back. There's nothing in the pockets, so we'll have to put something fun in there. And then this I grabbed out from my stash. This might have been Happy Mail from Joni, I feel like, but I think this may make another fun style of pocket, because again, it's difficult to put pockets down here, but I thought maybe we could fold this up in some way. Might have to do some gluing. I'd love to punch a hole in here, so then maybe we need to kind of glue the interior down, but wouldn't that make a cute pocket? So we could glue it like this. I mean, we could even use the back as well. That could be a pocket here, one here, and one here. So I think, right, I think that kind of goes with the vibe of it. So I think we'll make that into a pocket. Let me see here. Oh, I see. We have a new friend. I don't want to miss. Hi, Brenna Webster, welcome. Yes, you have stumbled upon an amazing group of people. I am so glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome to the fun. She does, Susie. Oh my gosh, that is a perfect description of Possum Patty. Yes, she does. She's and I love Mr. Rogers too. I was a big Mr. Rogers lover and fan. I love Possum Patty. I kind of move around. I will watch, I'll watch somebody for a long time, and then somebody else will pop up, and then so I'm one of those, I move around a lot. I really move around a lot. Oh, Diane, you are the best. You are the best. Welcome, welcome, Brenna. We're so glad you are here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's make some tags. Let's maybe flip back to the top. Oh, and I also pulled out, so this I pulled out, this was from a weekly prompt. So again, you can see those weekly prompts, they get us crafting and thinking about stuff. I also pulled these out, although not overly Christmassy. I think they might work. We could probably add something that's maybe a little Christmassy, especially this one. I like the dad with his kids, and I think that kind of goes with the vibe in the era. So maybe this one more than this one, but maybe we can add, like, what do we think? Like a Christmas seal, like a gummed label or something. Maybe we can add. It's a little tall. Let's see. What do we think? So it will stick out quite a bit, but maybe, I don't know. Let's stick it in here for now till we decide. It is sticking out quite a bit, the top. Hi, Hazel. Hello, hello. And if you guys are not following Hazel, Hazel does the best weekly, I'm not going to say the name properly, but she does sort of an interview, get to know junk journal creators, artists, crafters, creators that are in the YouTube community, and it is so good. It is so wonderful to put, faces to the names, and it's a treat just to watch and listen. It's a treat to hang out with Hazel and then get to know other artists and creators in the community. It's amazing. So if you also are not following Hazel, please do so. And I know she has a playlist on her channel, and put your channel link in, Hazel. And I think you switch the nights. I know, is it sometimes Thursdays, sometimes Wednesdays? And for me on the West Coast, it's often kind of in that dinner hour. So I don't always catch live, or I'm cooking dinner and listening and enjoying. So a lot of times I'm lurking or watching on the replay. Amazing idea, Amy Evan Owen. A tree. Yes, a tree. A tree would be great on here. I'm going to write that on a little thing so I don't forget, because I always forget. I'm going to write tree. I have some little die cuts. I'm just surrounded by all kinds of Christmas, but I think, let me see if I can find them. If you could only see all the craziness that I have next to me. I pulled up a chair, pulled a little stool over. Where are they? Let's see. I think this is too big. Or would it be interesting because it's oversized and ironic? I have some of these die cuts from Hobby Lobby. Let's see. I think it's probably too big. I don't know. Maybe not. What do you guys think? I kind of wish, like, I would have loved to have had it on that side. What do you think? Do you think that's too big? Do you think it would work? And of course, we would take some ink on there. It also would give it a little bit more oomph. These are those Dollar Tree receipts that are so super thin, and we back them with like cardstock, so they're a little bit better. But actually, that's pretty good because trees are always super tall, right? Good. Oh, Diana's finding so many great new channels today. Carrie and Hazel. I love it. It's perfect, right? That's good. Should we just do it? Let's do that. And then it's done. It's a little bit tall. Also, what I could do is I think I'm going to cut a little bit. I'm going to cut a little bit off. I don't really need to. Let's cut a little bit off the edges because they don't really need to be that long. And then we will kind of age it again. I think we can afford, especially where it has that kind of dotted line. Let's cut a little bit off. So we're sort of repurposing something we've made before. I think I need a new cutter blade because I'm starting to get that kind of, I don't know what you call it. Pilling. It's like a sweater. It's pilling like a sweater. I should put that. Ooh, maybe they have those at office.com or where Carrie got all the cool stuff. Okay, cut that. And let's ink that up a little bit more. And I did the little foldy thing, kind of folded it. That one's folded. And then let's do this end, and we'll put the Christmas tree on. Cool. I like it when things work out quick like that. Do we want to peel the back off and make it a little bit? Well, it's probably okay that it's dimensional. And we could even add some stickles if we want it to look a little glittery, which may look super cute. I like it. Oh, so cute. Oh, I could. Could I do it properly? I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to cut. I don't think I'm that skilled. I'm just going to hug it. I'm going to hug it pretty close. And then maybe we can find, I don't know, we could even maybe find something to go this way a little bit. I don't think I have anything that's a little gift, but we are Christmifying it. That's not a word. And this is great because this was just in my bin where I tend to put things that we make together weekly. So I love it. And I don't often think to look in there enough. Okay. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? That is super cute. These die cuts don't take the inking as well, but it did a little bit. Okay, let's add a little bit of stickles and then we can let that dry. Let's see about this red. So, oh my gosh, these are so great, Hazel. I'm pretty sure, let me pull them out. I'm pretty sure, I feel like you have Dollar Tree in Canada, but they are these Jot brand receipt books. I don't think I've seen them in a while, but I don't know, they have them occasionally. So they're kind of, I guess, what do we call this? Not triplicate. It has that kind of tracing paper back. So some of them are yellow, which you could probably use this as well. But see how thin they are? They're really thin. And I have two books. I found them and I was like, oh my gosh, these are fabulous. And I never used them because I didn't like how thin they were. I thought they were too thin to put, even for a small journal, to put into a signature. You know, they're just too flimsy. So I wanted to use them and I thought, okay, well, what if we backed them? So I just backed it with kind of a lighter weight cardstock, and I think they're pretty good, especially now that we put the Christmas tree on there. But you know, they're still a little bit thin. I'm in the camp where I like things to be a little bit more sturdy in my journals. I know there's kind of different different mindsets, but these definitely are way, 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 way too thin for me. And then I just ink them up with a bunch of ink. And you could probably coffee dye them. I didn't try to coffee dye them, but they probably would take it really great. And then I just used a bunch of ink, like stamps, rubber stamps that kind of had that antique kind of vintage feel. And of course, those are just the little Tim Holtz, the little mini. But these are now great now that I discovered that workaround. Let me stick those back in my cubby. Yeah, right? It really gives the look. And I think too, using the different color inks, I think help too. So, you know, different for the date, and, you know, you could even do it kind of, you know, cattywampus, like how somebody stamped it, and, you know, check marks and stuff. I think that helps too, to make it look a little bit aged. And Kathy is here. Hello, Kathy. Picasso Cat. How are you? How are you? How are you? Here's a good question. Has everybody done their Christmas decorating? I'm laughing and giggling because I just started this morning. So behind. So behind. Maybe not. Maybe some of you will say you haven't started yet. But I think I'm probably in the minority of people that aren't decorated. And I also would love it. I posted a picture of my first little vignette Christmas thing that I did this morning. So I posted a picture in the community tab, and I would love, love, love it. I love seeing, I love vintage Christmas, any kind of Christmas. Doesn't even have to be vintage, but I just love seeing everybody's displays and collections and all the good stuff. So I posted a pic of the first thing that I put together this morning, and I would love it if you guys would also post pictures of your Christmas decor. It doesn't have to be vintage. It could be whatever. So many great styles of Christmas decorating, but do please feel free to, and I would love it if you do, because I want to see what you guys are up to. Post in the community tab here on my channel pictures of Christmas. Your tree could be your outdoor lights, whatever it is, things you love, and Christmas things that make you smile. Please, please, please do post. And then we can all kind of see what each other is doing, because I know not all of us are on Instagram. More of us are probably here on YouTube. I think it would be really fun. Also, it'll probably motivate me as I move through decorating. I'm feeling very behind. But I am glad about the things I've been working on. I'm getting very caught up. Let's see. I'm going to put a little bit, and then I'll show you a little close up. Yes, so we can enable it, Kathy. I don't even know how I did it. I think when they first came out with that, there's a way that you can enable people to allow people to post on your community tab. Too late. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to put it down here on the thing, but I already did. Okay. When is enough stickles enough? I don't know. I'll put some more in here because it's so pretty. It's going to be very glittery. So probably in the studio you can go. Maybe if Carrie's still on here, she may know. And then, yeah, it gives permission for people to post on your community tab, which I think is so fun. Ooh, so pretty. Look how pretty that die cut is. I don't think it's going to come through on the camera the way it does here in person. In fact, I can tell it's not, but So I put some red stickles on the bow. Yeah, it's failing miserably through this camera, but it looks really, really pretty in person. And then I put a little bit on the star and a little bit down here too on the trunk. So super cute. And maybe we will stumble. In fact, let's look in here. Maybe we'll find a little something like this may work. Let's see if we have a little, I might have another one of these little pages here. I think those are all too big. Ooh, look at this one. A holly jolly Christmas, December. This may be the only one that fits. Well, let's cut out this little tiny green, A Very Merry Christmas. Well, wonderful, Susie. You know, if the kids weren't still here and it was just Jim and I and we were empty nesters, I probably would do a lot less. I have that mom guilt that I need to decorate a lot every year because I did it when the kids were little. Certainly more as once we had kids. But I just think your ceramic tree and your Jim Shore things, that in itself is festive. Okay, thank you, Carrie. Yeah, Carrie says if you go to my page, you'll see a button called Visit Community. And I might, you know what? I might not have posted that in the right place. Come to think of it, I'll have to look. I wonder if that shows up what I posted this morning in the community tab. Yeah, I think anything that sparks Christmas and kind of sparks the time of year, it doesn't have to be full blown. In fact, I'm kind of a little bit like, oh, I've been a long time collector of vintage Christmas and I have so much stuff that I'm a little bit like, ooh, I don't know that I'm going to put as much out this year. I feel like I want to pare it down. It takes an awful lot of time to put it up. And then actually it always feels like it's more time to take it down. So, and like my mom didn't do as much. As she got older, she just had little touches of stuff and it felt like Christmas no matter what. Yeah, in fact, she didn't do much. I think she would have the tree and stuff on the mantle, and then she just had a couple little kind of Christmas little, what do I want to say, little figurine kind of things, and I think that was kind of it. You did, Kathy? Awesome. Everybody go look at Kathy's reel. You can also pull that up. Let's see. What do you mean? 25-cent clearance goodies? Yeah, so much easier. Same. Yep. Same, Carrie. I think kind of less is kind of, in fact, I'm so proud of myself. Well, I still have the 3 things. I found 4 other things in a cabinet that I need to list on Etsy, Christmas things that are candles. And then I have one thing I've done the listing for, but I haven't taken pics of. But I am patting myself on the back because other than those few things there, I hit my goal of getting all my Christmas vintage inventory listed on Etsy. And I'm also really going to go through all of my collections as I'm bringing them out. And we'll probably be thinning down a little bit and sharing some of that in my Etsy shop as well. It's just a lot. Although I do have thoughts that, well, the kids will probably like it. I can also split some up when the kids start to move out and have their own homes. Yes, Angela, I did not know that Dollar Tree does 25-cent clearance stuff. Who knew? Yes, Hazel, I agree too. I've always been a maximalist, and I think, definitely I was buying a lot more and collecting a lot more. I was probably stress buying when we were all kind of locked up in our homes. So I definitely acquired a lot more during that time. So my collections grew a lot. But in general, I'm kind of feeling like I want less. And I love vintage. I love treasure hunting, and I love to have things around my home that kind of bring me joy, and I love looking at and kind of fluff out our nest, I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed with stuff lately. I kind of feel like you did, Kathy? Okay, good. I will share. I want to share Kathy's too, Kathy Wiseman. Let's see. Nettie says, I put out my ceramic Christmas tree and a few elves and such, but we aren't doing an actual tree this year. I've had a lot of many years where we didn't do a Christmas tree just because we were going to my parents or my mom's. My mom is still in California, and just life things. I have a big one that I put in the living room, which we as a family, I craft here in the living room, dining room. This is my little crafty space. So I've kind of taken the room over. I mean, it's still living room, looks like a living room, but the dining table is, craft haven. So we have a bigger tree that we put here in the room. And then I have a little small one that I put on the hearth in the family room that has kind of Scandinavian, like elves and little wooden, like cute ornaments and mushrooms and all that kind of stuff. So in years past, I've just put up that little tree and not the big tree. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, I think, Nettie, I almost feel like I just want to do that. I just want to have a few things. Maybe I will. Jim and Ryan have still not gotten my bins down, so good. Yay, Angela. Let us know. If you put the thumbnail up too, yeah, come back and put the link in here. Yes, I definitely want to see what bargains you got. So yeah, I've been FaceTiming with my stepmom while she's been putting all her decorations up, and every time I'm like, oh, I have to get started. I have to do ours. And maybe I've been a little bit slow about it too, because just the thought of doing it all is just overwhelming. Okay, that would kind of be cute there. I like that one there in the corner. That's a for sure. Let's see if this makes sense anywhere. Maybe down here. It's a lot of green though down below. I don't mind that. I think we're going to do that. I think we'll put this green one here so it kind of marries with those. And then maybe we'll put that little one down there. See if we can age this up a little bit. Maybe black, sometimes black. Yes, Hazel. Somebody needs to do Somebody needs to do a whole thing on that topic. Yes, we feel like we should, right? Like I was saying, oh, I feel like I want to decorate for the kids because they love it and it's, it feels festive and it has all that stuff, but there is there is a lot of stress involved. But the one thing, I was working on some handmade gifts. Like I started Monday and mostly finished up yesterday. I have a little bit of finishing touches and some things that I want to mail out. And to me, said to my daughter, I know I haven't decorated for Christmas yet, but that was the thing that was more important, was to get those little gifts made and done, because that's really right? That's what the season is, about to me, more so than the decorations. Just doing things from the heart, showing our love and our appreciation. So definitely made me happier to be working on that the last 3 days than getting the Christmas decorations up. And it'll happen. It'll happen. And I think I'm going to take a cue from all of you too, and probably pare down a little bit, probably not do as much. It's a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. And the buying of gifts, like, what do we need? We just don't need stuff. Some of us probably, if you need something, if it's a big need, you save up and buy it for yourself. And even the kids, it's so hard. It's hard for them too to come up with, gift ideas. I mean, I don't even know. It just gets really hard, even for my 20-year-old, even for my 23-year-old, to come up with things that they want for Christmas. So it shows that we don't need a lot of stuff. We already have a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to kind of stick this. Oh, I missed the mark. I was going to try to stick it back behind the Christmas tree. That darn glue. Okay, so we added a couple things here. This is really small, but you can see it in person. So we have that little fussy cut here. And so, yeah, I think that brings a little bit more. We have our sparkle. I'm going to set that up here to dry. So that, I would call that one tag done. Let's get some of this out of the way. Let's see. Oh no, Kathy, he called you Scrooge. Yeah, we all have all the memories and the decorations. I mean, it does spark joy for a lot of people. Yeah. That was the thing I was thinking. Oh, the big tree. Actually, I might ask Jim and the kids what they think. Although I probably should do the big tree. So we're going to be home Christmas Eve and just have Christmas with the four of us. And then we'll be with my dad and stepmom the next day, Christmas Day. So I think the answer probably will be, we want the big tree up so we can put our gifts underneath it. Let's see. Susie said, about 5 years ago, my deceased boyfriend knew I was overwhelmed by it since the kids started family, and I woke up one morning with my fake tree. Oh, how sweet, Susie. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful memory to have. So sweet. Oh my gosh. That is sweetness right there. What a special man. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that. Does that make your heart happy to have those memories? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have that done. I like this here. This is a little heavy, but I don't know. I like, where else could we put it? I like that C card there. Maybe we could do it here, but that's a little bland. And I was thinking I didn't want to decorate it a ton. So I think that's a good spot. I think that's a happy spot, but let's just put a little something in the corner. Even like journaling cards, I still like to put like a little collage or something cute. What do we have? Of course I hoard them. Let me look at my bag here that has, oh, maybe in here. Let me look in this one. So I went to the estate sale many, many years ago. In fact, Jim had gone with me that day. He was my partner in crime. Oh, she's sweet. Is she a label? Look how cute she is. She might be cute. The Women's House, she was definitely a crafter and a maker, and I found so many wonderful things in her home. So I think a bunch of these, some that I had. Oh my gosh. I don't know though. Should I make copies of those? Look how 80s those are. Let's see. Let's see before I use. I think those go together. These are more kind of a 50s. But she had all these, like, look at that, like all these sweet little kind of fussy cut things that were out. What else is in here? Oh, those are pretty. Maybe one of these. I feel like we probably need photocopies of those. Those are really good. Well, that would be pretty. Look at that. That probably came from just a little, like a little gift card. Isn't that gorgeous? My gosh. I think some of these I probably bought maybe from people too. Just a little candle. That looks like maybe a little fussy cut. She definitely was like a kindred spirit. Look how cute this is. Look at that little card. Isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh. Definitely kind of that 80s. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me have. Oh, his name's Gary. Sweet. Yeah, sweet, sweet Gary. Let me see. Oh, I miss Kathy. Kathy said her husband lost both parents when he was a kid. Oh, whoops. Let me see. It went up. Oh, that's why. Yeah, he lost both his parents when he was a kid and everything changed. He cherishes the holiday memories of his childhood with his family. Oh, lot of tender-hearted, sweet tender-hearted men that we've loved on here in this community. Yeah. Let's see. Diane says she thinks Christmas is different without little kids around. Our kids, grands and nieces are all adults or almost adults. Yeah, we need babies. It's totally different. My family is so small. Obviously, all it's just my husband and the kids and my dad and stepmom. That's it. That's my extent of family. I don't have, we're all like, except for my stepmom, we're all only children. And so, yeah, I don't have like cousins and nieces and nephews. And I have a few cousins on my dad's side and my stepmom's side, but they all live really far away. And They're not close. We don't get to see them all the time. So Jim's family is really the side that we have the most family members, which is so fun. And I just love being with them. Our faces hurt. We laugh so much and smile, and we're just always joking and laughing about stuff. So it's a wonderful, wonderful time being with them. I always look forward to that. Um, but we don't have any littles either. So our youngest, and we made a kind of a thing years ago where we kind of, again, the hustle and bustle, we don't need things. Um, and all the younger kids, like my kids and our nieces and nephews, like when they all got into their, became 20 something year olds and having their own homes, no kids yet, girlfriends and everything, we just said, well, we're only doing gifts for grandma, who is my mother-in-law, and then our little niece, Zoe. So Zoe's the youngest, but she's, I think, 10 now. She's in middle school, 10, 11. So she's not really little anymore. We need babies. But none of the, my kids' age, like we always say the cousins, nobody's had babies yet. We definitely need some babies in the family. Especially like it always seems, like on Easter too, there's no, hiding the Easter eggs and the Easter egg hunts and all the stuff we did when the kids were little, the little cousins. Oh my gosh, I miss that. So we need babies too. I love buying baby gifts. Look how pretty that one is too. I feel like we need to make a copy, some kind of scans of some of these, but I think maybe one of these would be pretty to use. Right, tackling and figuring out how to do scans. That one might be cute to put in here. I think we'll put that one in this journal. I don't feel as attached to the 80s as I do like the 50s, 60s, 70s, but I think those would be pretty to scan. So let's keep these out. Maybe we'll do this one. I think that one, but I think we might use those in this journal. Your youngest is 16. Yeah. But just think, Diane, when they all start having little ones, when they all start having babies, and it'll Christmas and all the holidays will start feeling kind of different again. All right, let's see if we can ink this a little. I don't know what this is. It almost feels, it looks like something she probably fussy cut from a greeting card. That's what it looks like. All right, do we want to put anything with it or just kind of keep it that way? Don't know. What would we put with it? Might just keep it simple because we'll be pulling it in and out of the pocket. I don't want to put anything that would kind of catch. So yeah, I think simple. Simple is good. Simple is good sometimes. Well, I will be posting updates in the community tab, so you guys will see. You'll see how much Christmas I do and don't do. Also, we host, so we don't host on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Some years we do. We haven't done that for a couple years, but we do host New Year's Day. So I leave all the decorations, I leave the Christmas tree and everything up because we have a big family family friends, friends that are family. We do a big blowout celebration on the 1st, on New Year's Day. So sometimes I'll pare down and take a little bit of it down, but I do leave the tree because those that we do exchange gifts for, I like to have the tree so we can have our nieces' gifts under the tree and that kind of thing. So, hi, Angela. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. Oh, I love all the love. I love all the love. Nice. Home on the 16th. That's great. When is that? That's next week. I think my son, his last class, he's attending junior college locally. I think he's done this Saturday, he said, officially. And then I think my daughter Taylor, who also commutes locally to Cal State Fullerton, I think she said the 18th is her last day. So that's 16 is good. That is super good. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice surprise. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good to be nice and thin so we don't get any resistance. Let's see, what else could we stick in here that's cute? Oh, I wanted to share these, although I want to change out the top. I'll show you everything that I found. So I went into Marshall's. I was actually looking for gifts for the kids, something in particular. I don't think they'll watch it, but I don't want to say. And I found the cutest. Now, I don't know if they're really greatly priced, but I couldn't resist. So they were $4.99 and I bought 2 of them. How many are in here? Does it say? Oh, here, 16 gift tags, so you get 4 of each design. And I thought they were really cute. Obviously, I could use them on our gifts as well, but I thought that they would be really sweet, just pre-made gift tags to stick into a package, and maybe go into some Christmas gift packs for next year. I kind of lost the opportunity this year. Just got behind with everything, but I feel like I kind of like this one. So even though we have Santa here, I think I like this one. These are cute. Aren't they cute? I love the vintage look. So he might look cute sticking out. Let's use him there. And I think I shared these on Leanne's live. So these were napkins that I also found. Are they the same? They're different. This one is made by Hallmark. It almost looked like the design. So they're not the same, but they have that kind of vintage look. So I found this little 40 count in red. They were $3.99. And then this in green. And I've already used the green ones in the little project that I'm working on. Aren't those cute? And I like napkins. I especially look for ones that have little small things that I can rip out and fussy cut, because I like to use these on my gift tags for my Etsy store purchases. So I do like to look where, I can do a little fussy cut or a little rip and then just have a little image. So I usually look for napkins like that. And then these are so cute. Look at these. I bought 2 packs of these as well. Again, I don't think they're that well priced, but they're special. How many are in here? Oh, same thing, 16 gift tags. Aren't these cute? These are stinking cute. Who makes these? Roberts and Reed. And these were $5.99. So again, I think it's, like a special something to put into a gift pack. I think it'll kind of make a nice pop. you know, along with like antique and vintage ephemera. And then I thought these were cute. These are Anna Griffin 72 gift labels. So they're stickers. Maybe we'll use some in here too. I think these would be fun. And they were $4.99. So I think that's a pretty good value. And my thought was in fact, let's do some in here, that we can back them with cardstock. So we're basically making a vintage looking label, even though it's a sticker. And then we can even punch a little hole and then like put a little string. So let's keep those out. I think that would be good. Let me make sure. Oh, Angela, yes. Crafting desk debris. Actually, that's why I did that huge 3-hour haul or whatever it was last week. I just couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't even see my dining room table, the craft desk. I had piles. The coffee table was completely covered here in the living room. I just have piles of stuff everywhere, and I felt really overwhelmed. It was I didn't feel creative. I just felt overwhelmed by the clutter, and I'm like, I need to just clear everything off, get everything put away, get all my receipts put in my accounting pile, and just move on. Even though I wanted to do videos, and then I'm like, when am I going to get to editing them? I just don't have the time. And I'm so glad I did it. It felt so good just to clear off. So all I have now is just my Christmas stuff out, which is still a lot. It's a lot, but it feels much more manageable. And now I feel like, okay, now I can decorate because it's a clean slate. Aren't those napkins are so good? Yeah, those are really good. All right, Carrie, run to your Marshalls. They probably have the same thing at TJ Maxx too. Yeah. I think, but they were, hopefully I found them. I want to say it was last week, and I didn't find what I was looking for the kids, but I had like a really tight window of frame, like window of opportunity of when I could run in there. I had to get back to the house. Yeah. You should, Angela. I've done that before. I've taken a picture and like posted it on Instagram. Like, look at my desk. It won't look like this. It'll look totally different in a few minutes. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, so we like this guy, but I mean, these are vintage looking. Well, I guess. Should we leave that? I guess that's vintage looking. No, I like twine. Let's put some like baker's twine or something. I like the look of that a little bit better, but I like the thicker. Let me get some of this thick here. Do I have it in green? No, red's okay. Although that does have a totally vintage look, that gold, but let's use this, I think. And you know what? Let's ink it up a little bit too. Let's grunge it up. I like it, Nettie. There isn't any room at the table to eat. Yeah. Thankfully, we have another dining table in our family room, and that's the table that we eat at. We never eat at this table. In fact, I don't ever recall ever eating at this table. I'm going to have to clear everything off to put all the food. New Year's Day, we use it as like a buffet. So it will have to get cleaned off. I think I posted a picture of that last year. These are cute. These are really cute. Super cute. Okay. And instantly we make it look a little bit older. Do you, Kathy Picasso Cat, do you Do you do like your sales and stuff from your dining room table? Or you have a room, right? You have like a dedicated room. See, that's the problem too, of also why I don't get to a lot of things, because my craft space is out in the open. Everybody's walking through. Garage is behind me. Kitchen is in front of me. So that really keeps me from doing things. Recording videos, like, when nobody's around. It kind of keeps me from doing that. So, and also I don't like it when it gets super, super crazy and I just have stuff everywhere, Etsy stuff and crafty stuff. And not like we have company a lot, but that starts to overwhelm me. I'm like, there's way too much stuff sitting out. Drives me crazy. If I had my own craft room, it would be crazy, and then I could just shut the door and keep all the chaos behind a closed door. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do here? We have this cute little tag, which I think is done. We're going to leave that. So we are kind of using some pre-bought stuff. This is way too flimsy for me. Let's maybe back this in some cardstock. Do I have cardstock, or maybe coffee dyed paper? Let me see what I have here. Let me see if I have something handy. Or ledger paper. What do I have? Let's see. I have a ton of stuff. You can see through that. You can see the thank you. I think I need cardstock or something thicker. Let me keep that out so we can use that later. God, you don't think it's that hard. There's so much stuff. Oh, it's all too thin. Where's that new ledger paper I just found? Oh, I found some. I found. Might be like a little bit of left of. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's use that. What Leanne made me, and I don't think. Yeah, we can't see through. Let's use that. That will be good. Amy's here. Hello, Amy. Is it your last craft fair Saturday? Oh my gosh. You're probably like a whirlwind. Does it feel like a whirlwind in your crafty space? Oh my gosh. Are you going to have a little bit of relief, like just feeling like, oh, that's the last one? I like it. Hazel says, oh my gosh, that's so great. I'm not letting a one-day celeb upset 365 days of art and creation. Well, it's embarrassment. It's if I'm honest, it's embarrassment. I don't want I mean, they know, my family and friends know. And also, I'm like the only one in my family that is this person. I'm the only one that is the crazy collector that decorates, that does all this crazy crafting. I am it. So I don't like it to be like I don't like to scare them. I don't like it to be overwhelming. So funny. Do not enter signs. I cannot wait until I have my own craft room. I mean, I'm also that weird person that I buy things and I don't want to let things go because they are going to one day be in my craft room. Like I've bought cabinets. I've bought like weird, I have stuff out in the garage that I don't have a place for in the house because sometimes when you see those marvelous things, you're not going to see them again, like vintage library drawers and things like that. So I'm that person with a problem. So I have a lot of that stuff too. My eventual one day craft room, and a lot of things that were my mom's. My mom was really creative and crafty, and things I have of hers that I love. So I have some room for some things here in the corner of the dining room, but like my mom's sewing table, I hope will go in my craft room in the antique oak cabinet that she kept her sewing machine in. So yeah, I have all that stuff. I'm the weird person. Well, at least you have I don't even have a tree up, Amy. Amy says I have a bare tree waiting to be decorated. We are decorating it Sunday. I'm hoping I'm done by Sunday. All leftover crafts will be packed away for next year. I'm also the only crazy crafter. Yes. Yeah, and I'm a little, yeah. Amy, do you feel those self-conscious sometimes? I feel like it's a lot for people. I feel like it's a lot for people that aren't that person. You know, I'm not always sure if they get me. That's so funny. That's a good question, Diane. My daughter probably has about a year-ish, but she also, her plan is to become a teacher. So she also has to tack on teaching credentials. So and she's already taking some of those classes now along with her undergraduate stuff. So it's, taking her a little bit longer. So she's already starting to put those into the mix. So she's a ways off. And of course, we live in Southern California. It's so expensive. It's incredibly expensive here. Rents are just through the moon. So that's the other thing, affordability. Maybe if she has, a couple roommates, she could probably swing it. I don't know what her starting salary will be as a teacher. So those are things in question. So she's maybe a couple years away from moving out. And then our son Ryan, he has so he's finishing up his last 4 required classes. He's at local junior college, and so he's still at home. And we just have a 3-bedroom house. So this next semester, he's doing his final 4 requirements to transfer to Cal State or UC, both. And then he needs to complete his major requirements, which is maybe another semester. So he's pretty close. And he was expressing that he wanted to go away to school, right? Do the whole dorms and do that whole thing. But then the other day he was saying, he was actually thinking about applying to some of the local universities. So I don't know. I don't know. I love having my kids here, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have a craft room. I would much rather have my kids here than have a craft room. Let me say that. We're in this weird kind of in between. My husband is getting close to retiring. He's looking at retirement here in the next couple years too. So we're in this very kind of awkward, kind of unknowing stage of life. Are you the same, Kathy? Yeah. I mean, some things I was able to find, I have that really cool cubby that I picked up from a thrift store. So I have it on the floor here. I'm kind of making it work. I think you guys have seen that. At least you can see it in my my craft corner tour, so you can see a look at that. So I did have it out in the garage. Again, it was a steal and I couldn't pass it up. And I'm thankful that I found a place here in my little corner, my little creative corner. Wait, what did you say? Hazel said, I'm that. Look at, we're probably all that person. You know why? You know why we've all found each other and we've gravitated towards each other? Because we're all that person. And we're that only friend, or we're that only family member that's that person. I love that. I am that person in our family. I feel the need to protect others. People can't unsee. Yes. And I'm kind of self-conscious. I'm truthfully, hopefully none of my family, I'm kind of self-conscious even because that I'm a vintage and antique collector. So like Christmas, I pare down. So when I do my full Christmas, which is I'm not, who do I want to use as an example? I'm not, what is her name that we love? Ethel. What is her name? I know somebody will type it in. I'm not on that level. I'm not her. I'm not on that level of collecting, not my regular home decor, nor my holiday. I'm not on that level, but I'm kind of like her in comparison to any friend and family member. Not you guys friends, but local friends. So yeah, I don't I don't want it to be too much. I feel like it's a lot. Let's see. Angela's a girl, that's totally okay. I buy things for homes we don't even own yet. You have to, don't you have to? When will you ever see that thing again? That's so marvelous. I'm sure they will be perfect for staging. So says justifying Angela. Well, see, Angela, you have like your Airbnb and your rental. You like have all that stuff. So see, you have an outlet, a potential outlet. I don't have I don't have that outlet. I only have one house. Currently only one house and an RV. And I can't load up the RV. Although I have really cute stuff in the RV, but I try not to go really crazy in there because I don't want, my husband to be like, oh my gosh, enough's enough. So I have to be careful. Let's see, what did Amy say? Always, but they truly love you if they stick around. Word, 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 word. Yes, Amy. Oh, see, that's love. That's love right there, Kathy. That is tender-hearted love. But see, we all get you, Carrie. See, that's why we're all here, because we get you. We totally get you. Yes. We're each other's people in terms of that. Like, right? I know we all have like friends and family that we just love and adore, and we would, get in a fight for. But on terms of like the crafting and the collecting and the vintage and all that craziness, yeah, this is our tribe. Let's see, what did Amy For a while, I was saving cereal boxes without question. Mom and Mike started giving them their empty cereal. That's love. Oh my, see, they get you. They get you, Amy. That's total love. Yeah, my neighbor, friend Kiki, who, Jojo's, Jojo's mom, our old cat, and my dear sweet friend. I just love her. Um, she is sweet like that. She saves me things. She will go to the library and take pictures of free bin stuff. She's given me like a lot of their antique book heirlooms. Like she's not that person, but she gets me. It's like that's like pure love right there. Uh I haven't. They would not afford. They could not afford rent in Southern California here in Los Angeles. But I don't know. I might do I might do that eventually. I might do that eventually. Yeah. Jim and I, you know what it might be too? We had a like tough start when we were kids. Jim had a family situation and he was on his own from the age of 17, 16 maybe. So he was sleeping on friends' couches. And again, love language, people, so many friends and family. Yeah, he slept on couches and he graduated high school. And so he was on his own at a young age. Um, Me, not as much, but my mom and stepdad, they're like, I just came home one day and they're like, yeah, we're building a house and we're selling this house and we're moving into like a studio, like somebody's guest house. A friend of the family had a guest house and we're going to live in their guest house while we build the other house. So you have to go. How old was I? I was in junior college, but I was working more uh, than the amount of classes I was signed up for. So I was definitely working more than, yeah, full-time work. And it was probably part-time school because that's just the way it was at the time. And yeah, I had to move out. And I had to find a place really quick. And it was super scary. But I did it. And yeah, didn't have, money to eat on. I always tell my kids they had free broth, and I worked at a bank at the time, and they had free like chicken and like beef broth, in little packets. Like they would have like coffee. You could get coffee in the lunchroom, and tea, and then they had these broth packets. So sometimes that would be my lunch. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Magpie Ethel. Yeah, I'm not Magpie Ethel. Like, oh my gosh. I can't even imagine my friends and family coming into my house if I was Magpie Ethel. And it's so marvelous. I just want my dream would be to go sit in the middle of her craft room and just sit there and not even touch, just like take it all in. It's like pure heaven. It's pure heaven. So maybe we're a little softer too because of that. Like we were just like, oh my gosh, how do we even survive? I mean, we weren't living in our cars, but Jim would have been living in his car if he had a car. He had a motorcycle or like a street bike kind of thing. That was how he got to work and got to school. So he probably would have been living in his car if he had had a car and didn't have couches to sleep on. So we're probably a little bit softer on our kids, maybe because of that. Let's see, Kathy, let me catch up. Kathy said that I got the treadmill out of my bedroom. I was able to put the old chest in my room that I got at a yard sale. Such a good deal. I couldn't leave it behind. Yeah. And who needs a treadmill? Who needs a treadmill, Kathy? Let's see. Amy says, I'm also blessed. My sister now thrifts more than I do, and she brings treasures by and shares with mom and I. So now I feel like I started my sister into the thrifting. Yeah. I don't think I don't know. I have one friend maybe, although I think she was already thrifting. I don't know if I encourage the thrifting bug. Uh, let's see. Diane says her daughter went off to college 3 hours away, met her now husband of 21 years, and never came back home. Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty common thing. Although I don't know now. Is it common? Those of you that are well, that was 21 years ago, so I feel like things are more affordable now. I mean, certainly, right? Back in our all of our days, we could just move out and survive, either living on our own or having roommates. Like, we could just do it. It was financially you could just get a job and work hard and you were okay. But it doesn't feel, depending on what part of the country maybe you live, I think it's super hard now. How nice, Terry. Ooh, you're like a heat wave, 56 degrees. That's something to be thankful for. And then maybe then you'll get snow and you'll have that beautiful like touch of white Christmas. Oh my gosh, Susie, Magpie Ethel. Ugh, yeah, total rabbit. I don't know if you said rabbit hole about Magpie Ethel, but that's a rabbit hole. Yeah. Hello. How are you? Oh my gosh. Oh, I was watching was it the last video? Oh my gosh. Let me make you blue. Let me make you blue so you can put a link in. Oh my goodness. Michelle. Okay, let me make you blue. Please put the link. Michelle, well, I shouldn't say it's a local antique store, but I remember I was watching your video yesterday and you said it was a 2-hour drive. So you must have seen all these amazing things and then you drove back the next day or that week. And one of the booths there had the most amazing collection of antique photo albums that was beyond. And Michelle also just did a home tour of her amazing collection of vintage Christmas. So you guys all have to go watch it. Let me make you blue. And then put a link in, please, Michelle. So good. Okay, I think you're blue now. Amazing. You guys need to go watch that. You could just either put a link into your channel or you could link one of those videos. Amazing. Amazing. Let me see here. Yeah, I think Nettie, I think we're a little bit softer on them because we both had just like we were in survival mode. We were in survival mode. I was lucky at the time I found, which you could never, it would be $1,000,000. I rented like a renovated garage, like guest home in Encinitas, California. If anybody's from Southern California, Nettie would probably relate. And it was the weirdest, funkiest place. And then I moved out of there and then went to an even weirder, funkier place. It was probably a garage. I don't know, the bed, I had to like climb up a ladder to get to this weird loft bed that was like only big enough for a mattress to fit. And it was over the kitchen. It was the weirdest place. But I could afford it. And luckily I found those two places and they were affordable. But like I'm sure those two places aren't there, but it would be so crazy. I can't even imagine the rent on those places right now. So, but we'll see. I mean, Taylor's gonna do great. Um, she's gonna be an amazing teacher. I already know she's gonna be one of those kind of teachers that the kids are gonna love. All her professors love her. And Ryan's gonna do amazing things too. So they'll get there. But I just think, yeah, it's just so darn expensive. Even just groceries are ridiculous. Like Hazel said, yeah, treadmills are glorified clothing storage anyway. Totally. Yeah, 2001. So I think, yeah, I bet they were lucky that things were more affordable. Yeah, I wonder what I don't remember what my rent was. It was probably something like that too, Kathy. So crazy. You can't even you couldn't even rent like um for $125 a month. I don't think we could even rent a storage room for that now, right? What is for those that, if anybody has storage, what do you call them? Storage lockers? Those are probably what, $300-$400 now? Yeah. What does Amy say? Yeah, it's crazy. It's so expensive in this area, and the jobs in this area, yeah, low pay. It's crazy. Yeah, it's just different times. It's totally different times. Oh my gosh, Carrie says she's colder than Terry. That wow, what is going on with the weather? Angela's 25 degrees, which I learned is below freezing. One of my friends was traveling actually in to Chicago area, and she was showing me the temperature, and I said, "Well, but at least it's not freezing." Little did I know what freezing was. My California native was showing through. Um, no, but sometimes they do need that. Sometimes they do need that. Mine aren't there because they're full-time college students, but yeah, sometimes that's necessary. Oh, that's a good plan, Amy. That is a good plan. And also, even back when I was working, so the house that Jim and our first house was the house before this. I bought that house on my own. Like, you can't do that anymore, which was very expensive for me at the time. But I saved. I saved every penny. And, if I got bonus checks, anything from the bank, it just went into savings. And I lived very meagerly, even when I, didn't maybe have to as much. Like, I could splurge occasionally. I lived very meagerly, and I saved all my pennies. And I was able to buy a house before Jim and I got married. But the kids, they can't do that now. There's no way. We have, family members that, buying their house, in their 40s, and finally being able to afford to buy a home. So it's different. Let's see, what did Susie say? My daughter went to UPenn and met her husband there, and now lives in I think it's at Palmyra, New Jersey, just before the Tacony Bridge to Philly, hence why I'm in New Jersey now. I hear New Jersey's beautiful. I have not visited New Jersey, but I hear it is beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy put Michelle's link in. Oh my gosh. Go check it out. Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of us that are collectors, we we eventually end up having, antique stores or booths or shops on Etsy or eBay. I'm one of those. Yep, California is way too expensive. So ridiculously. Let's see. Yep, nothing's getting cheaper. Word, 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 Angela. Yep. Yeah, a parking space would probably be, yes. As a matter of fact, so I had a couple jobs like when I had to after I moved out, I worked at a construction company. Did retail, then I worked at a construction company, and then I went to Security Pacific Bank. So that was probably, so I do remember, I don't, what year would that have been? Um, Late 80s, maybe. And to be on salary, you had to make $29,000 a year. So when I was hired, I was a temp. It took me a long time to get to 29,000 to be on salary. So I was hourly pay for a long time. And then I, of course, couldn't afford to park in the building. So I had to park. I worked downtown San Diego at the time. I had to park really far away from the building in downtown San Diego, like a neighborhood. I don't know how far I had to walk, but it was like 100 and something for parking to park in the high rise. And then when I eventually transferred up here to Los Angeles and I worked downtown LA, it was 100 and something, which again I couldn't afford to park in our building. And I think like maybe I found I could park in another building where I had to walk really far for like $50. I think I finally got to where I could um that I could, yeah, afford that. Steph, yes, Steph is probably, yeah, paid $300 for her storage locker. Yeah, yeah, storage is 200 plus. See, yeah, almost you'd probably start thinking about like, ooh, could I live in my storage locker? Oh no, Angela, the negatives. I don't even know what that feels like. I don't think my body could take it. Yeah, super, super lucky. I had a storage place for a brief period of time when I moved from San Diego up here to LA. I lived with my dad and stepmom were here, so I lived with them for about a year, maybe a year and a half. So had a couple pieces of furniture, and they were like family heirloom pieces. I didn't want to let go from like my grandma and my stepmom, and so I had a storage locker for about that year and a half, but I don't think it was that much, maybe $100 or something, which I could afford because I lived with my parents. And then, yeah, when I moved out on my own, which was a terrible place. It was in a really bad street and neighborhood. It was really scary, but I was able to move out. Yeah. What did I pay? Was it 155? I think 155 I paid for that little house we had in San Pedro. I think one Jim he's better at remembering stuff like that. I want to say 155. And that was 30 years ago, I think. And that house is probably a million something now. I'm sure if I looked it up. So crazy. I wish things were affordable. My gosh, I wish for all of us things were more affordable. Oh, Hazel is going off to make videos. Awesome, Hazel. We'll have some fun stuff to watch later. So crazy. $2,000. Yeah, and even 2 incomes doesn't even afford you a house depending on where you live. That doesn't even afford you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our old house is probably a million or close to it. So terrible, terrible. So depressing. Okay. I'm trying to think. What do we want to put on here? We're doing more chatting then. Let's put something kind of vintagey. Something. We have these cute little cutouts. Let's see. What do we have? We have a little Santa. What else is in here? What else do we have on here? Those are kind of big. I just want something small. Let's look on here. What else do we have? And then I want to make next. I want to make something really quick. I want to transform these into little like chipboard tags. Little truck. What do we have here? Be this one. This is very fussy cutty. Is that a word? Fussy cutty. Let's do this one. Oh no, those are good. That's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing to remember your Gary. Yes, my mom, for a while in the town that, well, not, I didn't grow up there, but 6th grade, we moved there. And my mom, for a brief period of time, she was doing the bookkeeping at one of the local storage places. I don't know what else. They probably did other stuff there, but it was like a family-owned business. And it was so sad. They couldn't pay, and then they would have to change the lock. And one time the owner of the business had told my mom, if you want, like, we have to clean out. I only remember doing it once with her, but they were like, oh, we have to clean out this storage thing. And the people had like, vintage and different stuff in there. And I remember I went to help my mom, and yeah, it was sad to think. I would say it wasn't anything like super, super valuable, but definitely like a lot of kids' toys and probably things they put in maybe when they moved once. Also, we lived in Fallbrook, and that backed up to Camp Pendleton. So it could be maybe some of the people had put, maybe they put their belongings or got a storage place and then moved and got stationed elsewhere, but it was just stuff maybe they just didn't have room to store in an apartment or something, when your kids outgrow stuff. But still, yeah, it tugs at your heartstring. Okay. Do I want to put that on the back or the front? Indecisive. That's my middle name. I'll put it there. I was trying to cover up this like tax and total. I was trying to cover that up. I don't know why. I'm weird that way. Oh, we have had such great conversations today. Love it. Oh, let me ask you. before I forget, because I don't want to jump off quickly and then forget. What do next week? Do we want to keep working in our Christmas journal next week? Because, right, we'll be together next week, but then we won't be together for 2 weeks after that. And then I do have something fun in mind that I think will be fun and interactive. Perhaps some people will want to join me, or at least you can craft from home something for the 8th. And as I work through the details, I will get the thumbnail up for that as soon as I can, so we can start thinking about it and thinking to ourselves and brainstorming. But what do we want to do next week? Do we want to work in the Christmas journal more? Do we want to just have a fun hangout? We could do games, we could do trivia stuff. If people want to hop on and hang out, we could just kind of do a little pre-Christmas party. See what you guys are in the mood for next week. Definitely let me know, and I am game for it all. This week I'm now going to go back and forth between Christmas decorating and probably working in this journal a little bit more just on my own. That's a for sure. And then I have a lot of Etsy orders coming through, so I've been working on getting those out every day too. Amy says good. Okay, so we have a vote for a craft and chat party. I think that would be fun. And is anybody interested in popping on craft and chat party? Okay, good. We got 2 people. So that is what we are going to do next week. What did I do with my thing? I was just writing on. How could I have lost it? Where did I put it? Well, I don't need to write it down. We are going to have a craft and chat party. Yeah, those are very, very great. Nice pain professions, Diane. Good. Craft and chat party. And would anybody be interested in jumping on? You would, Amy? Okay, good. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do kind of party style, hang out. I'll think of some things fun to do. And then I will send the link out in our craft group, because a lot of us are in the Instagram craft group. And then when people come into the chat, if they're interested too, we can send the link out to them too. Sounds fun. We could put our Christmas attire on. We can be all Christmassy. It'll be fun. Okay. Well, hopefully you can, Kathy. Would be great to have you pop on. So it'll just be light and loose and no stress, whatever everybody is able to do. That's what we are all about. We don't want any more, no more stress to the holidays. That is for sure. Okay, let's do this, and then we will say our goodbyes, because I know everybody's super busy. I hope this works out the way I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking we're gonna just make these into little die cut, vintage looking gift tags. So if you don't have, this one's not super old, but if you aren't lucky enough to find the vintage ones, basically we're making something new look vintage. Bye, Kathy. Have a great day. Are you having a sale later, Kathy? If you're still here, put the link in. Oh, nice, Angela. I would love it. I'll get with Kathy Wiseman too, because I know maybe it would be fun to do like trivia, stuff like that. And maybe too would be fun. I want to come up with maybe some giveaway stuff. So I will go through my stash. I think that would be fun. We had to figure out a way to how we would do little giveaways, but we could also do like a spinner thing, right? Where people just put a word or something in. So I'll come up with some fun giveaways. Maybe some vintage, maybe some handmade goodies. Oh, I love this Santa. Let's do this big one now. Okay, let me get a piece of cardstock. Or you know what would be good is an index card. Let me grab an index card. Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to use one of these. I have one of those vintage, the blank ones, which are much thicker. Oh, this is going to be quick and easy. Oh, look at it. It's like, oh no. Look, I looked at this and I thought, oh no, it's like a fussy cut thing. But I think just because it has a little, what do you call that? What's the word? It's an E. The word, it's an E word. It's a little bit indented there. Okay, I'm not going to try to get good and get with the edge. I'll do a little bit of fussy cut. What is the word? It begins with an E. Begins with an E. Oh, good. Okay, she's going to do a haul next. Okay, I'm going to do this one and then we'll get off so we can watch Angela. And we can all jump over there. In fact, well, I don't need to click it because I can just go to her channel. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, do you have any good trivia things? Or I probably can just look it up for Christmas too. Oh, it's very fun. I'm excited. Yes, like oh, I just saw Diane said that. Yes, oh, let's call it that. I love it. Embossed. That's it, Nettie. I knew somebody would say the word embossed. They're embossed. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call it that. Of course now. Oh, here it is. It's like I can't find my little notepad. I'm gonna steal that if I can, Diane. Let's do our office party. I love it. I love it. The only thing better than that would be if we were all together and then we could eat all the like potluck things. All the potluck things that people bring. I love it. My husband, oh my gosh, they have the best potluck office party on Christmas Eve day. They just work till noon. Oh my gosh, this is cute. Okay. I like it when ideas work. How cute is that? Okay, let's ink it up and then we're going to put a little hole in the corner. Let me get like my one that's a little bit smaller so it's not like the big hole punch. Yes. This is even good if you need to come up with gift tags for family or neighbor gifts rather than a sticker. I think it kind of elevates it. I think. I'm sure I didn't invent anything new. I love it. Our office Christmas party. It makes me think of the Office TV show too. how their office parties were. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, we'll have to think. I know Kathy Wiseman, she always does all this great trivia stuff on other channels. No pressure, Kathy, though. I know I can look up. I probably passed by. Maybe I should go look. I'm sure it'll give me an excuse to go into Savers. I'm sure I've passed up like a million Christmas Trivial Pursuit games in Savers. Okay, we could even do, ooh, would that be cute? I know we could do twine, but let's do some material. Let's see if that'll work. Let me use my fabric. Oh, I bet, Diane. Oh, I bet you had the best potlucks. Yes. I haven't gone in a bunch of years. I actually asked Ryan the other day if he remembered. I used to take the kids when they were little, although he said he doesn't remember going. And Jim usually brings home like leftovers. Like he'll bring like a plate of stuff, and it's always the best, like home cooked, whatever the things they're famous, their home cooked favorite thing, or things maybe their wives make. And oh my gosh, it's so good. Add in the crafty corner. Should I do like the crafty corner office party? Is that what you mean, Kathy? Jim, he always, but he's been doing it. People probably expect it, probably for 20 years or so. When we got married, maybe we even did it first potluck. We put on our wedding register this big metal, I feel like it's like Wilton. What is that? Armatal? What is that brand? And it's a huge like shell. It looks like a big clam shell. It's probably like this big. And then it has a little other bowl. Sorry, my son's in the kitchen. Has another bowl that hangs off the top, and it's perfect for shrimp cocktail. So he always takes shrimp cocktail because you can put the cocktail sauce in the other little clamshell that hangs on. And then because it's metal, it's great to put ice in, and it keeps the shrimp super cold. So he's been bringing that for 20 something years. 27 years has been his. Ooh, I might not be able to get this through. I think I can though. Okay, cool. Let me write that down. That is a good idea. Why do I keep losing? I keep putting it under my mouse. Okay, we're gonna do crafty corner. That's supposed to be called crafty corner office party. Love it. I love it. I'm excited. And I'm excited to come up with some fun giveaway stuff. I'm excited about that. I mean, I know we're running out of time, but I know we can always have stuff in our stash. So maybe like a Christmas craft pack would be fun. I'll see what I have. I'm excited about the giveaways. I like giveaways. Definitely a craft pack. And then, you guys could just put it away for later next year. You'll be all set when Christmas comes, or you can do Christmas crafting on the break. Okay, that's cute. Oh yeah, I already inked it. I love that. So it makes it like a nice higher quality looking tag. And we're going to stick it in our thing. Oh, I didn't do that one. Look at Amy. I have all the cute ephemera that you sent me. I think you sent me this too. I think it was either in what you sent, or it was in what Tamara sent. No, I think let's put it in this one. Okay. So we didn't get super far, but I'm going to continue to craft on this week and get this finished. So this definitely needs more work, but I think that's such a cute idea. Super quick. If I wasn't talking a ton, I could have made a bunch of them. Mid-century chip and dip bowls. That would be good to oh yeah, mid-century. I don't have any mid-century chip and dip bowls. I have a few Pyrex. I was collecting Pyrex for a few years, and then I parted with all but one of my grandmother's bowls and then a turquoise one, because I love turquoise. One turquoise bowl. Oh my gosh, Diane, you would have the whole entire Thanksgiving and Christmas. Ugh, it's the best. It's the best. Yes, Christmas crafting. That's one thing. I have a bunch of goals going into next year is I need to start earlier. Like there's some things, and probably Christmas is one of those, to just keep crafting all year long, and maybe like once a month do some Christmas crafts once a month, because as you can see, I get caught, and now now we're gift shopping and decorating and all that stuff, and I've completely run out of time, but I am going to be working on it. Okay, let me turn around and say goodbye, because I know we're all super busy. Okay, why? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, there I am. My crazy hair day. Yes. I know, and Amy's good about Christmas crafting all year long because she does all her great craft fairs. So she keeps up with it. But that is one of my New Year's goals. Yes. Okay. All right, everybody. Oh yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible. I hope everybody. What did Carrie say? Don't leave. But it's 2:26. We've been on for 2:26. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Take a poll. Is everybody? Because I could stay on for like another half hour, unless everybody wants to go. But We'll take a little poll. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Susie wants to get going, and I have 5 Etsy orders that I need to pack up and get into the mail. In fact, let me look here. Hopefully it's still 5. It's still 5. It's still 5. So I have to get those packed and get in the mail, and Ryan is eating lunch, so maybe I'm gonna have him get our Christmas bins down. And then I don't have an excuse, and I have to open them and unfurl all the craziness. Oh, Amy says she's painting. Oh no, but we have to go because Angela's on. That's right. See? Oh my gosh. See what a short attention span I have, friends. What a short attention span. We have to go because we have to go watch Angela. So let's all hop over to Angela's channel. I think, can I go up here and copy? Because I think it's up here a ways. Let me, Kathy put the link in. I bet. Let me see. Copy. I've never tried to do this. Oh, it won't let me copy. It won't let me copy. Can I copy it here? Save as. No, it won't. Okay, but there it is. So let's all hop over to Angela's channel, and she can keep us company while we do all our Christmassy stuff. And I'm going to watch her haul, and I'm going to continue to craft for a little bit and then move on to packing my orders. And I love all of you, and I hope you have a good and productive, happy rest of your week. And I will see you next Thursday for the office party and fun stuff to come. So stay tuned. Keep a watch on the community tab. Love you all. Bye.